Okay, let's start. So basically we're going to start with two articles. There are two articles that we need to cover. And both are topical. One is entitled People Must Prepare for Mental Toll of Self-Isolation, and the other one is about self-isolation and social distancing. So both of these topics are of course related to the current situation, the whole virus pandemic. And meanwhile, our agenda for today is that we'll start with a short introduction that we're doing now. Then we're going to go over the first coronavirus article, which should take us to about 12 minutes. Then we have a second article, again, should take us about 12 minutes. Then we have a nice exercise regarding the stock market. The stock market right now is going through a crash, so that means there's some crazy things going on in the stock market, and I decided that this is a perfect opportunity to show you some movies and talk a little bit about this so that you know what's going on in the world, and maybe you can even invest, and who knows, maybe make some money for your retirement. So that's what we're gonna do, and I picked 4 short YouTube movies for you to watch and one longer article from Forbes magazine about investments. So it's really I picked short articles and short text, really interesting stuff, so that you're not bored. I know that some of you might not be super interested in this, but it's a good topic to cover, especially now and by this point we should be about the 60-minute mark, so that will take us about an hour to go through this material. And then we have another section. The last section is something that you were probably wondering about. This is we're gonna go and have a look at the vocabulary exercises. So we have the articles from our syllabus. Where's our syllabus? There's our syllabus. So we're gonna go through these topics, and we're gonna go. Your homework will be to have a look at this article and analyze the vocab items. So that's what we're gonna do, and that's what you're gonna do. And finally, we'll monitor your progress when it comes to the syllabus. Yeah, so we're gonna go through our syllabus until the end of the semester. We'll practically cover all of the stuff in the syllabus. We've already covered this stuff on the left hand side. That's in the North Star book. We've already done this. We've done the presentation. So you've done the presentation, so that you should be okay with this. And now we're gonna do the other book and the articles. So that's our task for today. Today we're gonna focus on the topic number 1. We discussed it from North Star. Now we're going to discuss it from the point of view of the vocab exercises and this additional article. Now probably, these articles, they might come up on your final written exam, verbal exam, so that's what you need to go over those articles and read them at home anyway. So we're going to do this one by one now. Okay, so cool. We're done with this, with the introduction. Let's go to part number 1. You got all the materials. You should have them by now. If not, you can download them. They're on the website, and they are on this particular website. So we're on this website. It's czasy-angielskie.com.pl. It should be. I'm gonna create a separate bookmark here. Right now it says testy, but it's gonna say Komunikacja soon. It's gonna be here somewhere in the header, so you can find the Komunikacja header, and you can go there, and you will be able to download the lesson plan. Okay, the stuff that I'm showing you right now. So you'll be able to download this. You'll be able to see it. Okay. If not, you can still follow with me here, and so you can still see it. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so let's move on to the first article. I want you to read the article, either here. You can stop and read it, or you can read it from the lesson plan. Okay, that's article number 1. That should take you about, I don't know, 6-7 minutes. Analyze the vocabulary online. If you don't understand something, it shouldn't take long. Okay, so we read the article about the coronavirus, and since it's hard to discuss a topic when I'm not there with you, I suggest you read the article first and then try to summarize it to yourself. So this way you can actually monitor if you read it carefully and understand it. And if there are any words in the article that you don't know or don't understand, just look them up online. That's the only thing we can do right now. And so now I want you to pause the video and I want you to analyze the article. And when you read it, when you analyze it, and when you retell the article, when you summarize the article to yourself silently, you can speak out loud or silently, but try to summarize it that way you make sure that you understand it. Okay, and then I want you to try to answer these questions. You can type the answers, or you can actually try to say the answers to yourselves. Question number 1 regarding the article is self-isolation dangerous to our mental health? Okay, so we can discuss this. You can pause the video here and discuss it. Try to answer that question in a sentence or two. How can we occupy ourselves having a lot of when we have a lot of time on our hands? So there's a lot of time. How can we spend that time? Are we going to do puzzles or play poker with our friends, or however whatever comes to your mind when it comes to occupying yourselves when there's a lot of time on your hands? Is panic buying of food products in shops justified? So have you experienced people buying different things? I saw some people buying a lot of canned tomatoes, so I don't know if you experienced similar things. If so, you can talk about that for a second. And question number 4 that I want you to think about is breaking the quarantines by some people dangerous to the general public? So what do you think about this topic? And again, I want you to pause the video, either type the answers or answer these questions silently to yourself or aloud, or however you want it. Just try to practice this. It's important that you have opportunities to speak. Okay, I'm going to pause the video here, and we're going to continue. We're going to continue with exercise 2 now. So this exercise should take you about 12 minutes to kind of read the article and try to answer these questions. And then we're going to move on to the second article, which should also take us about 12 minutes. Okay, I'll be back with you in a second. Do you think it's good that classes and schools are closed, or is it an exaggeration? What are the economic and financial repercussions of the virus? And a lot of people will work from home, so is a home office a good idea to handle the crisis? So these are the questions for you, and of course the article is available here. There it is. So you can download it from the website that I showed you before, angielskie.com.pl i zakładka Komunikacja. So the articles will be there. Okay, that's the article. If you don't find it, the website, you can pause and read the article here. Okay. So that's it. That's the entire article. I want you to read it. Pause the video, try to read it. I'll be back with you guys. Okay, I assume that you've paused the video and read the article, and right now try to answer these questions. Okay, first of all, try to summarize the article. So make sure that you understand it. Pause the video, summarize it in your own words. You can type it, you can write it down, summarizing it, and then retell it. Take a few minutes, 2 or 3 minutes to summarize it, and then you have the 4 questions that I read a second ago. So try to answer these questions. And then we move on to something that I think might take about 30 minutes to complete. So there are some questions, and there are some nice YouTube movies that I want you to watch that I picked for you. I picked only the easy ones. I tried to make them as easy as possible, and I tried to keep them short as possible. So you can watch those. So this is with the movies about the stock. These are the movies about the stock market. So right now we're going through a stock market crash, so you'll know what it's about. Maybe you can learn something more about the market. I learned more things as well right now. So hope you can learn. You can learn some stuff, some interesting stuff about the stock market, about stocks and the stock market. The virus has not only been a plague for many people who have to work or are in danger when it comes to their health. It has also affected the stock market, and that's for some time that's the best time to talk about what the stock market is, how it works, and maybe cover some basics of investing. There's a lot of interesting vocab, a lot of stuff that we can learn. Maybe even you can try to set up a stock market account and invest for retirement. Who knows? I'm not a professional investor, but I think that's a good time to kind of try to, if you have some loose cash, maybe invest in some good companies. Who knows? Okay, so I want you to have a look at those short videos and an article from Forbes magazine, and here they are. Okay, here they are. Once you read them, once you watch the movies and read the article, you should more or less know what the answers should be to these questions. And the questions are: who is Warren Buffett? What is the stock market? Why is Warren so successful at investing? And what are dividends? So when you watch these movies, try to answer these questions, type the answers, or answer the questions. And there's one tricky part in this. So it's about compounding interest. In Polish, it's called procent składany. So try to understand this concept, because it's pretty important, and that's how people in the long term, that's how Buffett got rich, that's how people get rich when they invest in the long term in the stock market. So try to analyze this. Let's kind of get our financial education going here, guys and girls. Okay, so these are the movies. I want you to have a look at them. Really instructive, useful, and by now we should be about we should have reached the 60-minute mark. We're at about that time now. So we're 1 hour into the lesson. At least after you've watched the movies, you should be somewhere around that point. And now it's the perfect time to tell you about the first homework. So the first homework is that I want you to write a report about these movies and the stock market, and I want you to kind of summarize these 4 movies and 1 article that you have here. So summarize the content, tell me what it's about. Write a 150 words is not a lot. That's a short paragraph to write. So write this 150-word paragraph about the stock market, about the content that you have here, answering these questions: what are dividends, what is the stock market, who is Buffett, why is he so successful at investing. So this is the stuff that I want you to write about. Okay, and send it to me. Send it to to Bożena's PM in her Facebook profile, or to my email, or bring it for the next class. But if you bring it for the next class, I don't know when the next class is going to happen, so it's best if you send it to me. I can correct it and send it back to you, but have it ready. This is an exercise, good exercise for you. You can't speak directly to me, but you can write. So, and that's still written language is still a language, so written exercise is still an exercise. Okay, I'm going to stop the video now for editing purposes, and I'm going to turn it on again, and we're going to go through the I'm going to walk you through the syllabus and the vocab exercises, because we need to start doing these this semester. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, let's start with the vocab exercises. So this section should take you about 30 minutes. Each exercise, consists of 2 pages. I mean, each small chapter is composed of 2 pages. So this is what it looks like. I mean, first let's look at the syllabus. You should have the syllabus by now. The syllabus is available on Bożena, on the Face website. I'm going to post it as well on my own website, angielski.com.pl, so it's also going to be there w zakładce Komunikacja. Find it there, do the exercises, read the syllabus. Okay, so here we have 3 chapters from the English Vocabulary in Use Upper Intermediate book. The first one is describing people and character, the second one is success and failure, and then you have dislikes, likes, and desires. each number here is the number of the chapter from the book. This is the book, yeah. So the number of the chapter that we start with is we can start with 65 since I'm already here. So what you do every time, it's written in the lesson plan for you, but what you do every time is you read through the you analyze the vocab that's in here, and then you do the exercises. I want you to do all the exercises from that chapter, okay? There are 3 chapters here, 3 sets of exercises. The first page is with the word, it includes the words, so we can check them online if you don't know what they mean, and then you do the exercises. Now the thing is that ideally these words should find their way into your exams later on. So in the second year, probably the vocab is also going to be there, and anyway, you need to learn vocab anyway, so it's good if you kind of do the exercises and learn the vocab. So there are 3 sections. It's section, let me have a look at the syllabus again. 34, it's earlier, yeah, the one that you can find the chapter earlier. 65 and then 69, I believe. So you just scroll down to page 69 and you do the exercises, okay? So there you go, page 16, yeah, it's section 69. Yes, it's section 69. So do the exercises, analyze the vocab, and then do the exercises. And every page, every 2 pages is about 10 minutes of work. It's going to be probably longer than that, but here I marked it as a 10-minute exercise. It's going to take probably longer than that. So you have 3 sections. Try to do this. Finish the rest on your own, and then you have the homework. The homework this is part of the homework as well, but you have to write the report about the stock market and watch all the movies from exercise 3 and read the article. And then you have the article here. The article is also in the syllabus, so that's the same article as in the syllabus about the intelligence, about how to raise super smart children. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff for you to do. There's a lot of work to do, and yeah, I wish you a lot of health, and have fun doing these exercises. It should be fun for you as well. I picked some interesting stuff. Hope guys, I will see you soon, and hopefully this whole visual communication thing is going to work well. Okay, see you. Bye.